Ready? Okay. Okay, great. Welcome back. I know you guys had a late night here last night, but welcome back today. This is a very exciting day for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We get to welcome a super dynamic point guard in Collin Sexton to the Cavaliers franchise. We're very excited about Collin and what he brings. Obviously, his talent is unquestioned, but we talk about this all the time with Coach, and our culture here is we want to bring in guys with great attitude, great work ethic, and most importantly, guys that really want to be here. And I think Collin embodies all of that, embodies that culture, and he's going to add to that culture right away and help us win. So, Collin, I'd like to introduce you formally to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Coach and I would like to give you your jersey. Here you go, Collin.
That's mine.
And Collin, switch it around.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just some Cavs
Logo.
the logo.
With that good year.
The wing foot there. Congrats, man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We'll open up for questions.
Hey, Collin, Tom Withers, Associated Press. I was just curious where the Young Bull nickname came from, first of all.
Just people around Atlanta just started calling me, just about the way I was playing. Every game just was out there competing.
So I think a lot of us became aware of you last year during that run during the SEC tournament. What did that do for your confidence, and what does it mean to be able to play at such a high level on the biggest stage that season?
Honestly, I just wanted to win for my team. I knew our backs was against the walls just because we had lost so many towards the end of the season, and we needed wins. So that's when we really turned it on and really fought back just so that we can make the NCAA tournament and have a chance at a big time run. So.
Hey, Collin, Dave McMenamin, ESPN. I think I saw that Kobe is your favorite player. Kobe Bryant's your favorite player, but are there any player comps or guys that you would describe your game to?
I like watching John Wall take away how he is in the open floor. Nobody can pretty much stop him and stay in front of him. And then Eric Bledsoe, how he gets to his spots whenever he wants to. And then Rush, just by the energy he plays with, night in, night out. He doesn't take any plays off, any games off. So.
And how much did you watch the Cavs last season?
I watched a whole lot just to see certain teams you watch, just to see how you could fit in their system and different things like that.
Chris.
Hey, Collin. Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Kobe mentioned that you wanted to be here in Cleveland. What was it about this situation that made you want to come here?
Honestly, just being able to come in and learn all these veterans around, and I feel like I can come in and do that, as well as all the people to the managers here, the trainers that's going to help me and to be the best player I can be on the court as well as off the court, the nutritionists and stuff like that. So.
And Ty, how much say did you have in this as a former point guard? It seems like Collin's kind of the point guard that you would look for, up-tempo, attack and transition, get to the basket.
We discussed it a lot, and I've seen Collin grow, as a player, and he exemplifies, I think, hard work and dedication. I think when you look at him 2 years ago, wasn't on a circuit as being one of the top players in the country, but he continued to work and continued to dedicate himself to the game of basketball. And look where he's at today, a lottery pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So when you have a guy like this and the kind of story that he has to get here and his path to get here, it's unbelievable. And when you got guys that work hard as Collin does to get where he wants to get, those are guys you want on your team. And his toughness, his character, being a great student in the classroom, all that exemplifies what we want to do here in Cleveland, and I'm glad he's a part of it.
Collin, Joe Varden from Cleveland.com, welcome. We see your number 2, which I know is your college number. but the last guy to wear it was Kyrie, and a lot of us have already said that you're the guy that maybe the Cavs hope can replace him. Do you feel like you have to live up to what he did in his 6 years here?
Not at all. Coming in, I'm going to set goals for myself, and then as well as it's going to be team goals that we set. But I feel like I'm not going to have to live up to anybody's shoes. I'm just come in and learn and be the best player I can be on the court as well as off the court. So.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Welcome, Collin. I'm just wondering your explosiveness. Did that come from any other sport, or when did you realize you had it, and do you sometimes have to harness it?
I would say like around the end of my 7th, 8th grade year, I just started jumping really high. So that's really when things started picking up for me, is when I started dunking. So.
You dunked when you were what, 7th grade?
Yes, 7th grade.
And winning that dunk contest at the McDonald's game, there's been some pretty prestigious winners. Did that mean anything to you?
Honestly, I just wanted to go out there and compete and win. I felt like it was a time for me to show what I can do. So.
But you were basketball all the way, never played anything else?
I ran track, that was it.
Terry.
Collin, Terry Polito, Cleveland Plain Dealer. First two parts. Number one, they're talking about your jump shot, the need to improve. How are you going to deal with that?
Just continue to get up reps and keep working on it, and as well as watch a whole lot of film and watch how I was missing and which way the ball was rotating when it was coming off my fingers and stuff like that. But I felt like now I have corrected that. So.
Are you figuring some stuff out already about it?
Yes.
And then the other question is, about your senior year, you're a top 10 recruit in the whole country and so on. Top 10 recruits don't go to Alabama for basketball. Right. So why would you go there?
Honestly, going in, Coach Avery, he was a coach in the NBA as well. He played in the NBA. He was a big part of it. But honestly, I wanted to go somewhere and make a name for myself. I wanted to go somewhere and establish a winning culture, because everybody knows about the football team. So I wanted to change the culture and make it both basketball as well as football, and just give the fans what they want back in Tuscaloosa. So.
One last thing, did he get on you? Was he one of the earlier people to recruit you?
Yes, he got on me pretty early, and we just built that relationship over time. So.
Joe.
Hey, Collin. Joe Gabriel, Cavs.com. I think a lot of one-and-done guys get dogged because they kind of use colleges like a stopover to the NBA, but you, according to Kobe, had a 4-point GPA. How important was education, and why did you take that so seriously in your 1 year? What does that say about you?
Honestly, education is very important to me and my family, so I just felt like being at school, I might as well try and get the best of it. And also, both of my siblings, they have their degrees, and I want to get mine as well. I can't be left out.
Hey, Collin, Jeff Shudell, News Herald. This is a good segue. So what would you want to do if you weren't a basketball player with that? Since you had a 4.0, what would you want to do?
I would probably say something with business, or engineering, something like that. So.
And when we talked to your coach this morning, he said you could have come right out of high school to go to the NBA. So what did that 1 year at school do for you as a basketball player?
I felt like as a basketball player, he helped me. It helped me a whole lot just by learning the game and be able to change the way I play. And also off the court, just be responsible and a young adult, because you have to grow up and become a leader on the court as well as off the court. So.
Hey.
Collin, Hayden Grove, Cleveland.com. Welcome to Cleveland. Avery Johnson, obviously a very important person in your life, probably. What have you learned from him, specifically coming into this situation, and what are some things that he's told you, about entering the NBA at this time?
Coming in this, he just told me to soak it all up, just come in and have fun. Honestly, because you only do this one time, going through the media and all this extra stuff. You only do like one time, especially the combine, draft combine, and then the lottery. So he just really just told me to soak it all up and have fun. And then, what was your second question?
Just what you've learned from him going into, I mean, just about the NBA, and what advice has he given you about just being an NBA player and to work hard and stuff like that?
He told me this wasn't the end. This was only the beginning. And he told me, don't stop working. Keep the same attitude that I have, and work every day to get better. So.
Mike Snyder, WTAM. Collin, welcome to Cleveland. For you initially, what do you see as the biggest challenge being a point guard in the NBA?
Coming in, I would say you have to make sure the guys around you are all like together in one. That's the biggest thing, because everybody has egos. Everybody is older, vets do certain things certain ways. So just building that relationship with your teammates, that's the biggest thing, because you build that relationship off the court, then it rolls over onto the court, and good things happen after that.
And Ty, maybe a follow-up to your thoughts about, instructing him as he takes on that role, because it is a position you don't just think about yourself, correct?
Yeah, I'm excited. A young guy who's coming into the league, and we haven't had a lot of chances to develop guys. And when we did the Kevin Love deal and the trades, we didn't have a chance to have draft picks. So now having him and having Clarkson and Hood and Jetty, Big Z, and now we have guys that we can develop and help and try to mature as they go along. I'm very excited for that challenge. And you always want to take young players and mold them to be who you want them to be, and take on your personality, and I think he fits it perfect. And so I'm excited for him. It's his day. I'm excited for his parents and his family, but he's put the work in, and he understands what it takes to be great. And as long as you understand that and you work hard, you're in the right situation. So I'm very excited for him. I'm very excited for what he can do for this team. A great change of pace guard that we need to play with tempo, with pace, get into the paint, get into the free throw line, be able to finish, make plays for other guys. So with the guys we have now, and add him to the mix, I'm very excited.
Back row,
Allie Clifton, Fox Sports Ohio. Collin, welcome. Ty, for you, obviously you're very familiar with Avery Johnson. I'm just curious if you had conversations yet with him about Collin, if there's anything maybe that he shared with you that you didn't know.
Who wins?
He played for Coach Johnson.
Yeah, that's why I said he's very familiar.
So he has a great impersonation, but not for now.
Avery's great. I had a chance to play with him the second to last year before my last season, and just being a point guard, and he was the hardest on his point guards because he played the position. He won championships, and he was tough on me, J.J. Barea, Jason Terry, and just his voice just makes me laugh right now because he knows the story I'm about to tell. But I have had a chance to talk to Avery, about Collin, because I've seen him grow. I watched him play. I understand who he is as a player and as a person. Talked to his parents a lot throughout the course of his college selection, so I know them very well, and I'm just excited, man. Just like I said, to be able to have a young talent that I can help mold and build and make better, and teach them, what suit to wear, what shoes to wear with a suit, how to tie a tie, when you go to dinner, things like that Brian Shaw and Robert Ory and Ron Harper and those guys taught me, so I'm very excited about that.
Left side, Spencer.
Collin, Spencer Davies, Basketball Insiders. Welcome to Cleveland. Just looking at some of your stats, you had over 250 times at the free throw line last year. Something that Kobe said he liked about you, and Avery as well. Would you describe yourself as an attack-first point guard, or would you say that you get other guys involved, or what? Because it seems like these guys think you're a hybrid.
Honestly, I feel like I attack the basket pretty well. I can score it. But that's part of my game that I will be working on, just making sure that my teammates are involved throughout the whole entire game, and making sure they get easy looks. So.
And Avery said that you're kind of a soft-spoken guy, but describes you as explosive on the court. How do you handle that off the floor, that you're a little bit shy, but on the court you're somebody who comes out with fire?
Just because, when you get in between those lines, it's no friends. When you get in between those lines, it's us against them, and we're trying to win. So it's like a switch that cuts on. It's go time when you get on the court. So.
What's it like playing 3-on-5 in a major college game? Did you ever expect to be in a situation like that?
Not at all. You know, growing up, like, you'll have like AAU games where people will be running late or something. So that's when you do it. But other than that, I never expected it.
What did you learn about yourself in that game?
I just felt like I didn't give up. I fought to the end, and we had an opportunity to win. So.
And there was a social media posting last night that went viral, a video of you, I guess, in high school with a little stare down at the foul line. Can you give us the backstory on that?
Honestly, it was just like, I felt somebody looking at me, so then I had to look back. That's it.
Kobe, when you were looking at bringing in Collin, and just the moves you've made, you know, probably the last 4 or 5 trades or draft things, what exactly are you trying to do to the roster here, and why are you trying to do it?
First and foremost, we want to compete at the highest level, and winning championships is still our goal and will always be our goal. But through that process, we wanted to focus on long-term success, sustainability, and going through this year, we were able to get younger. And talented and athletic, and have some real momentum going into the future. And we knew this pick was going to be a big part of that plan. And now it's not a pick anymore, it is Collin Sexton. And we are going to invest a lot of time into him, and he's part of this culture now of winning, of hard work, attitude, the stuff we talk about. But his talent level is extremely high. And so we're excited about him and our momentum as a franchise. And like Coach said, for the first time in a long time, we're going to be in the player development business. And we're excited about that, and while we compete at the highest level. And so he's going to play meaningful games from day one. And that's a big deal. And that's gonna provide great growth for him as soon as we roll him out there, which is, I think, Summer League. Summer League team is going to be dynamic. You might win too many games in Summer League, but no, that's part of the plan for sure.
Joe.
Ty, last night Kobe mentioned that he thought Collin could start, but that we should talk to you. So not to put you on the spot, but
Really, I don't even want to talk to you, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it for Collin because it's his day, but I'm not getting that. I'm not doing that today. You, Dave, no, I'm not doing that. And I just had my wisdom teeth pulled, my jaw swollen. I ain't really yeah. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, he's here to support.
Yeah.
Collin, on the we had a conference call with Avery this morning, and he said when you came to school you were eating chicken wings, and now you eat salad and vegetables. Can you actually, because LeBron's really big into diet, and he changed how he ate over time and things like that. Can you actually take us into your diet and maybe some of the things you focus on now?
Honestly, just making sure that I eat 3 meals, like lunch, dinner, and making sure I eat snacks in between, just like stuff like that, and not eating too many greasy foods and stuff like that, just because it make you feel that much better. I feel like when I'm eating the right foods and stuff like that, I feel really good and ready to work. So.
And then Kobe, and then I'll keep up the mic. I think you have. I think you guys, counting Collin, I think you have 13 guys under control, roster-wise, something like close. Basically, LeBron, Jeff Green, and Hood would be the 3.
Jose?
And Jose. Okay, so that's 4. But still not maybe a ton of room for roster maneuverability. So do you think you have a lot to do? Like, do you have to make changes to this roster? Do you have a lot of work to do with that?
What's great about what we've done is we sort of see our team and the outlook of our team. Not going to stop free agency in terms of getting better. We have some flexibility in terms of our taxpayer mid-level if we want to use that. We're never done trying to improve the roster. But we're excited about what we have right now and moving forward, and giving this coaching staff a chance to have some real continuity here, start a training camp. What's that look like? I think Ty and his staff did a tremendous job this year. I changed the roster completely overnight, and they had a lot of challenges there to get that thing done in 30 games and then take us to the finals. And now they have those tools, that experience with those guys heading into a training camp, and a chance to have some real continuity moving forward. So we're excited about that. But no, I think the coaching staff did a remarkable job to get us back to the finals with all that turnover.
Collin, I know you said you were a Kobe Bryant fan, but did LeBron inspire you at all during your basketball career?
Just about watching how he works, and then the things that he do off the court, because that's something that I would like to do. How many foundations that he has set, and just certain things like that.
And I have to ask about the jacket last night that you wore. Was that like months in the making?
Honestly, me and my mom was trying to find like a color that was like that color, so it took us a minute, but we found it and it looked good.
Collin, Jimmy Watkins with The Athletic. What was it like for you to take in the atmosphere at the finals?
Honestly, just being in there, in that environment, just the energy when I was sitting and watching the game, like the seats were shaking, fans were screaming, just like, I feel like I'll be ready to play in something like that.
So you kind of envision yourself while you were out there, you could see yourself playing out there?
Absolutely, because everybody wants to play in the finals. The finals is where everybody wants to get to, just because you have to get to there so you can win the championship. And it felt like a championship atmosphere right when we walked in the arena. So.
We'll go with our last two. Randy in the back, and then Dave.
Randy Buffington, Cleveland 19. Collin, welcome to the land. Now, we heard a lot about your speed thus far. Avery Johnson said that you're the fastest player that he's coached. Do you think you can live up to those expectations as one of the fastest guys in the league?
Honestly, I'm just go out there, use my speed to my advantage, and not worry about being the fastest in the league. I'm just going to go out there and do whatever it takes for the team. So.
What were some of your PRs back in track?
High jump, so at 11th grade, I was like 6'8". High jump 6'8". So.
Last one down front, Dave.
And Collin, going into the draft last night, did you have an expectation you ended up in Cleveland, or were there other teams that you were curious about? And how did, when you heard your name called at number 8, what was your feeling?
Going in the draft, I just wanted to go to the right team, a team that was going to allow me to learn and come in and just be me. And I was blessed to be there, especially with all those good guys that was at the draft. And then to be picked at number 8 by Cleveland, it was big, and it was one of the most exciting moments of my life. So.
That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you.
Good job.
Appreciate it. Thank you.